And we continue to track dry weather across our area right now, but the real question is, how long will it continue? We'll have all the details next. You're watching 9 News at 6. Here's your first alert forecast with Kay McFerrin. And good afternoon to you and evening. My name's Kody McFerrin. We're in the First Alert Weather Center tracking dry weather. Thankfully, it's been a dry day. It's been a hot day, though. I've been on the school bus cleaning it a little bit, doing some other inside janitorial work at the school, which is, I work at Crab Orchard School District, if you didn't know that. But it's been hot today, but it's dry, and we'll take it. And we can take any dry time that we get. Right now, First Alert Doppler Network is scanning the skies, and it is showing us that things are stable and that things are dry. They're going to stay that way for the next at least couple of hours, several hours, but the severe weather concern does not arrive until later. Let's go ahead and take a look real quick at the storm activity I was talking about, though. See this right up here near Effingham? This storm activity continues to push off east and kind of southeast into southwest Illinois, just east and northeast of Mount Carmel. That should stay well out of our area, so if you're seeing that on your weather app, maybe a radar app that you're using, no concern tonight with that activity. And things, again, the severe weather potential does not increase for the next several hours. As we take a look at current temperatures really quick across the area, 82 right now in Carbondale, it's 81 in Marion, 81 in Harrisburg, 82 in Cape, 81 in Paducah. Popping on those feels like numbers, that oppressive humidity out there, 85 in Carbondale, 85 in Marion as well. 85 is the magic number all across the 13 corridor, 85 in Harrisburg, 86 in Cape, and 83 in Paducah. So again, that dry weather continues, and let's take it, folks, because it's going to get real nasty around here by tomorrow evening. Let's go ahead and talk about that on Futurecast. What I'm going to go ahead and do is put on the latest models here, and we'll be able to talk about it right now. Here's 6 o'clock. Notice that storm activity I was talking about? There it is. It's on Futurecast. It's going to continue to progress east-southeast into southwest Illinois. No severe weather concerns or even storm concerns with that, at least right now. 7, 8 o'clock, we're going to have clear skies for the majority of the overnight as we go into the evening hours. Nice, calm evening. By the time you're getting to sleep, not going to be awake tonight, at least, or awakened by any storms, so that's thankful. There is the possibility during the wee early morning hours of a stable storm. This could get mainly under severe limits as far as storm strength, so we may see an elevated storm with some gusty winds of 30, 35, 40 mile an hour, maybe some small hail up to the size of peas or marbles, but that's about it. I'm really being optimistic by telling you that, but Futurecast, as you're going to see, is going to diminish this rather quickly as the heat energy of the afternoon hours and evening that we see right now that's already there, it's going to diminish rather quickly, and so once these clouds move in, the air is going to try to rise, but it's no match for what the atmosphere has in store for it. 3 o'clock here, you can see that, as I just talked about, it diminishes that activity. A lingering shower or two possible. Don't get your hopes up, though, because strong storms arrive later in the evening. By 4 a.m., we're starting to see the clouds increase from the south and west, and they'll progress south and east, and mostly cloudy skies are possible by about 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. Overnight lows tonight should be in the upper 60s and low 70s, depending on where you are across the area. And then look at this, by 7 o'clock in the far left corner and bottom left, you can see storm activity already there on your screen, unfortunately. So what we're going to go ahead and do now is walk you into this Futurecast model. And here we are at 9 o'clock. Notice the storm activity that we were just talking about that just showed up on the bottom left side of your screen. There it is. This will be our first round of storm activity, and it'll move in by about 11, 12 tomorrow in the afternoon and 1 o'clock. So by as early as 11, 12, 1 o'clock, seeing that storm activity. This will be mainly just some moderate to heavy rainfall across southern Illinois, and strong storm activity right now being indicated by most of our models to occur in southeast Missouri, northwest Tennessee, west Kentucky, with damaging winds of 60, some hail to quarters, and maybe an isolated spin-up tornado or two. However, that stays south and east. We may see can't rule out a strong storm in far southeast Illinois along the Ohio River. Continuing into 4 or 5 o'clock, this is where it gets interesting. Let's stop here and talk about some important key details. The environment's going to be well sheared tomorrow evening by the time we're getting home from work, getting the kids ready for school again, and getting them on into bed and going to sleep. By the time you get to sleep, this is when you really need to have that weather radio on and being weather aware. The environmental shear that I've been talking about and posting about on my Facebook page, that simply means the direction of wind and speed and how it varies with height. Notice the surface wind arrows pointing from the south to the north. That's southerly winds blowing up to the north. But as you go up into the upper levels of the atmosphere, just and under where the planes fly, some lighter duty planes fly up in that area. We're talking winds out of the west. Then they shift as you get even lower, and then you get a couple of thousand feet. They start to go down to the southwest and eventually due south, flowing up to the north. That's a perfect shear environment for tornadoes, similar to what we had on Sunday evening. So that's my concern. All right, with that out of the way, let's continue to progress. Futurecast, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, this is where the activity begins. The lull in the activity after our first round of storms through the early afternoon and mid to late afternoon hours. Then into the early evening hours, that's when that activity begins to pick up. By 10, 11 o'clock, midnight, Futurecast continues to progress it a little bit later now, showing these storms with damaging winds, 60, 65, 70, tornadoes, large hail, ping-pong ball-size hail may even be possible. Right now, some of the soundings are trying to pull that through as well, so at least quarter-size hail, maybe as large as ping-pongs as we go into the overnight hours, and then by 11, 12 o'clock, you'd see that activity continues, the strongest of it pushing east and southeast with some more larger linear storm activity down to the south and east into Murray, Kentucky, and northwest Tennessee. 2 and 3 o'clock, we get some leftover wraparound showers from that. These may be some stronger storms. Larger hail would diminish with this, so probably just some leftover activity by 3 and 4 o'clock. We clear out of here by 4, 5, and 6 a.m., and then those clouds will probably clear out by about 7, 8, 9 o'clock. So again, it's going to get very active. We're going to have several rounds of storms through the overnight hours, and that's why we issued the first alert action day, and I will continue to watch that activity. Now, I will be updating you through the morning hours. I do work, unfortunately, from 2 to 10 tomorrow, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to be watching this. We'll continue to track this activity for you and keep you up to date, though. Reporting right now in the First Alert Weather Center, Kody McFerrin, 9 News.